Now, Scout and I are out here in the round pen, which I'm also referring to as the de-scatterification chamber, because she was scattified. She had a scattered brain. And we had to come in here and gain some perspective and focus. I'd ask forward, she'd go backwards. She wants to go back to her buddies in the barn. I'd ask for her to go right, she'd come left. I asked for left, she'd go right. Either you're in control or you're not. If I ask for her to slow down or stop, and she says, nah, I think I'm gonna keep going, I'm not in control, even if it's 2 or 3 steps. This high-headedness stuff is indication of where her mind is at. She is scattered. She does not want to be here. She wants to be with her buddies. She also knows I'm filming in one hand, so this is really ugly. It's an opportunity to come here and get to know each other a little better. And let's work on these basics, like how about we try not throwing our head? How about when I say stop, you stop on a loose rein? I say go, you go forward on a loose rein. If I say go right, you go right. I stop again. I'm a little sluggish there, so I'm going to ask her to back up. Are they soft? A soft pull is an indication of willingness, a soft frame of mind. This bracy stuff with head in the air and nose flipping is stubborn frame of mind. The whole I don't want to make me frame of mind. I've got the spurs, I've got the bit, I've got the equipment to make her. But what would be the fun and the point in that? Now we've got a horse that's begrudgingly doing what I made her do. Instead of bringing her into this de-scatterification chamber and working on it together. Hey, girl, listen. The best deal is with me. You do your job, I do my job, and you get to rest, and everyone is happy. Hanging on a loose rein, learning every time I pick this rein up, just drop your head. We don't need to shoot backwards or do anything silly or throw her head in the air. She still relies on 2 hands, two-handed reining. So with my phone in one hand, it does get a little sloppy, but the attitude has definitely changed. That was really nice. Good. Back. Good job. Go right. She's starting to understand where the good deal is. We all have to work for a living. You're not going to get your comfy stall and your dinner for free. As much as we all would love that, I really don't think that's good for any person or any animal to just sit around and overindulge on food, relaxation, or whatever they want. There are rules. Nope, I don't like the head tossing, so we're working on that. A little more aggressive backing up when we do that. So this little girl, total sweetheart, love this little mare. I haven't really ridden her much in the past 6 or 7 months. My husband took her out on her first trail ride a few days ago. She did pretty good, but the first 10 minutes, she was all sorts of sassy, putting the head in the air and stomping her little feet and insisting, riding all ugly and upside down, kind of like this right now. But we're just going to keep working on softening here. After the 10 minutes, she did fine. She did great, actually. She remembered the rules. She remembered boundaries. She remembered her place as a domesticated equine. She is not some crazy Mustang out there doing as she pleases. And you know what? Those Mustangs don't have it so great anyway. They really don't. They got to fight for survival out there. They don't have I don't like that. They don't have their food delivered to them in oat buckets. No, they gotta find that stuff, and they gotta fight for it. And if there's no water, ooh, a big gun blast out there. It is hunting season. And if there's no water, they die of thirst. If they get injured, they're dead. So as gorgeous as wild horses are, and as much as we love seeing them run free, that's just not the fate of our domesticated equines. And it's not my fate to sit around on the couch watching TV doing nothing all day. I got to get out here and do stuff like this. This is what it takes, hours and hours and hours, days and days and weeks of this to finally accumulate into a non-attitude-y, fun trail horse. And she's getting there. She's got it. We are close. But we're not there yet, baby. We're out of the pen in front of this lovely dirt pile on the trail. I figured she did good enough we could come out. Just working on some of the basics we tried to establish in the pen. She is fixated on this canoe in the distance, this plywood bowl, and something creeping around in the forest. I've already told her she's fine. She doesn't want to believe it, so this is a great opportunity to remind her when I lift the reins, drop your head and relax. Don't dance about, don't throw it in reverse, just relax. As soon as she relaxes, I let go. She picks her head up, I pick up the reins again, she drops her head. And on we go. This is what we're going to be working on right now. So now we're going to throw it in reverse. I'm going to say, no, it's not what I'm going to drop her there. We did a little dance backwards. I just put her back in the spot because that's what I want right now. For you to trust me that you're fine. There's no boogeyman out there. I already checked it out. You're fine. This is what? Hey, we got a heeler biting her heels. No. Hey, it's bad. No bite. All the more practice. Just hush. Till I say we're good to go. All good practice when training a horse. All good practice even with a horse you've known for a bazillion years. Can you put them in a place they're uncomfortable with and ask them to be quiet? Hey, get off her butt. Dude, seriously. Headed back to the barn. Looking for a relaxed head carriage. We're not going to run back. And if I ask you to stay, what's your attitude like? A little tense in the body. I'm going to have to put the phone down. It's for you to hold still, relax, quit jigging around, running backwards, running into things. I have all day. And every time she spins and moves her feet and gets worried, we get a little further away from our goal, which at this point is the barn. Every time I drop the camera, what I'm doing is I'm just assertively, not aggressively, assertively putting her into a circle, either left or right, with a pretty tight rein and a little spur on the side, just making it not super comfy for her, so that this becomes the sweet spot. That's all I want. Don't worry about your friends. Get unscatterfied here. Yep. This is progress, so if she keeps doing this, I'll probably march forward here in just a second. Whoop, or not. It's up to you, little girl. What do you want to do? Oh, good choice. Good choice. Good choice. We're going to go forward, nice and quietly. There we go. See if we can get past our tree that we already walked past. I'm going to ask right here. Nice and quiet. Nope, that was not quiet. We could do better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. Hopefully our next scuffle will happen in the shade. It's kind of getting hot out here. I shouldn't say scuffle. It's just, hey, seriously, man, you're going to get yourself kicked. Working kind of in a constrained area here. We got a hill to the left and a drop off to the right. So we got to keep our discussions small. And she knows it. She threatens to back up over these edges, and I gotta then just kind of put her back on the path. Very difficult to do with phone in hand, so I do apologize for all the droppings of the phones, and I wish I could catch the exciting action on film, but I just can't right now. This is horse training at its best. Just repetition, patience, a little bit of scuffles. So this is her scuffling. Let's scuffle. Oh, are we gonna make a better choice right now? Nice. Oh, that was a good choice. Celebrate. Is it perfect? No, not by a long shot. But rather than throw her head in the air and march me off the edge of the face of the universe, I spoke a little too soon after that last one. She made a good choice, but then she... big shake. So, like I was saying, she made a good choice, but then she followed it up with a not so good choice. And we just went around and around in some little circles. Lovely little hill here we can work on. Oh yeah, we're working on some stuff. Yep, she's at her limit here. She is at her limit. And as I reach my limit, I gotta work on my Zen-like composure. Firm, but not being a jerk. Assertive, but not angry. So we're just gonna sit here and wait, and the round pen's right over there. If you really want to be a clown, we could go back in there. I'm picking a fight, but I'm stopping her, which is her challenge right now, to stand quietly. But note, there's shade and wider area here we can dance on if we get into a scuffle. That's right, Scout. Pick your battles. You too, little girl. You're doing pretty good right now. Ooh. Forward. Good job. Oh, we're almost there. Much better. So as we travel along, closer and closer to our goal, the barn, her speed starts picking up, which is acceptable in a certain range on these. She's well broke, she's just not finished. So I'll let her speed vary a little bit up to a certain point. This is about as fast as I'll let her go. Just blew a fly off my arm. If she jigs, if she trots, if she pulls on me or goes any faster, we go back and we walk this little 30-foot or 100-foot strip over and over again until she can hold her dang speed on her own. That is not my responsibility. This hand is for the camera or a soda or just me to wave to my friends. I don't want to be managing you the whole time. That's your job. So yeah, this is what training a trail horse looks like. One that isn't half dead, drugged, or lame. So just stick with us. You're going to see amazing changes in this little girl. She is a cool, cool cat. All right, we made it. Now, question is, do I take all her gear off and put her up with hay and oats? No. She did good. I'm not punishing her. But she's going to stand in there for a little bit. She'll stand in here safely and comfortably with as much gear on as I deem safe or whatever she can't damage. She can't hurt herself or the gear. She's just going to stay here and chill out while Sven and I go get the tractor and get some water. Right, Sven? Again, not punishment whatsoever. She did fairly decent on our ride today. If she had done bad, say buck, rear, run me through the trees, whatever, then yeah, we'd go right back to the round pen and keep working on things. I didn't think that was necessary since she carried me home safely. So she was doing what I asked. It wasn't perfect. It's not the end result, but it was good enough to earn a nice rest while tied to the wall. And this being tied to the wall, or a lot of people call this the post of knowledge, or just letting it soak in. It will kill her excessive enthusiasm to come back and hang with her friends. She's gonna paw and sweat and work through this on her own. Her little foot was already going. We're gonna let her work through all that on her own. This is one of 2 troughs they have available. This one was dry, but the one inside still has water in it, so don't worry, they didn't go without water today. It's just super fun to play with the hose, isn't it? Meanwhile, we still have our girl standing there waiting patiently. As we wait for 15-20 minutes while that empties into the trough and we decompress and our horse decompresses and we rest just a little, but not fully relaxed, you know, not kicked back in our Barcalounger watching the game or anything like that. We're resting, because the next part, and this is where most people just would rather not, including me, the next part is getting back in the saddle and going out for that second ride, and maybe even a third, until we have lost all interest in pawing at the ground. Yes, I see that, Scout. Not too bad, but restlessness and not complete acceptance of your lot in life, which isn't bad, really. You just gotta go to work is all, like the rest of us. When a horse is hot and sweaty, you can pretty much convince them to do anything. The question is, once the sweat has dried, which this clearly has, did they actually learn the lesson? We're about to find out. No, put it back in, Sparky. Put it back in. Thank you. So what my boys know already, she hasn't quite figured out, is there's a hill right behind the barn, and it goes up there quite a ways. I haven't gotten to film it yet because of the one-handed phone deal. She rode out of the tack area fine, but started putting the brakes on and started doing this thing, the drunk driver, dodging to the left, dodging to the right. I don't want to go, make me, head in the air. Nothing obviously glaringly dangerous, but still out of control and not cool. Not cool. So we went down all drunk drivey a certain ways away from the barn until she dropped her head and relaxed enough that I could say to her, okay, fine, let's go towards the barn. And guess what? Suddenly all the stuttering, all the stumbling, all the drunk drivedness went away. We went straight to the barn, and she, time to get off. I'm like, I don't think so. And we could keep going past the barn, all the way around and up the hill. And we work this little hill and come back down. And this will be our cycle until she is the same relaxed, quiet horse you see right now, leaving the barn, coming back from the barn, first ride out, second, third, I don't care. We want the same nice, quiet horse. Yes, every time. So we get to do that again. We've come down this little hill. Our back is to the barn, and within sight, if I were to turn around, it's right behind us. She's standing quietly. A little fidgety, not perfect by any means, but quiet. Feet are quiet. Head's not in the air. There's no attitude, no sass. Yeah. I'm going to push it to the next shadow, the next tree shadow here, because that's where I like to go. Nice and quiet. Oh, we're dodging to the right. Little bit my fault because I don't have both hands on her right now. There, let's see if she can manage herself. Good job. Again, not looking for perfection, just improvement. Did she improve? Yeah. Is it good enough? Yeah. Sure. So we get to turn around. Now we're faced towards the barn. Hello, Sven. Now look how she just stands here, not holding her. That's bet. No. We're gonna go after the dog. Can't blame her. He's a little annoying today. Okay. I'm gonna pause until she just chills out. There's Sparky calling. This is all great stuff. Look at this composure. All right. Now that was my idea to walk, not hers. I would not let her move on her own. We're gonna stop in this shade. Oh. Head's a little higher than I'd like. She's a little fidgety, but we're not fighting. We're not dodging into the ditches. It's improvement. So close. Now this is where I really like to proof them. I'm gonna test our lesson and turn her away just when she thinks she's there. Pardon the sloppiness, that's my fault. Now we've got her back to the barn. The very place she wants to go most, I'm now saying we're gonna go away from. What is your attitude, little Miss Queen Bee? Not bad. Not bad at all. Good girl. Sweet. Oop. Nicely done, young lady. We rounded the corner. We're here. This is usually where I jump down and tell her good job. I'm feeling a little more mean than that today. We're going to proof it one more time. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to trust this horse with someone's life. You know, whether I sell her, which I hope happens. She is for sale, well, coming up as soon as I'm satisfied with her performance completely. But she just can't be throwing these fits and telling anyone no, whether it's a kid or a big burly dude, I don't care. When I put my stamp of approval on one of my horses, they've got to do all this stuff. No questions asked, no attitude. So I can rest assured I did the very best I could to turn out a nice, quiet, enjoyable horse. And this is what it takes. I gotta find those buttons. I gotta root out those attitudes and extinguish them and replace them with lovely mindsets and lovely headsets. Mindsets and headsets, I like that. They go hand in hand, don't they, Scout? Ooh, nice. No, that doesn't mean turn around and go. This is what I work so hard to learn how to do. Nip it in the bud so that you all can come and enjoy the ride. And enjoy the fruits of our labor. Right, Scout? Ooh, I sense some attitude coming here. Prove me wrong, girlfriend. Good choice. Done, little horse. Well done. My first year in Wyoming at the Powderhorn, I did not realize how important it was to leave a horse standing. We would meet up anywhere from 6 or 8 in the morning, I believe. Depending on how much work we had to do, we'd either meet at 6:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And we'd ride 3 to 4 hours before lunch. And I'd always been taught, I have a heavy dressage background and a lot of hunt jump along with trail rides and stuff now. But before I went and rode with the cowboys in Wyoming, I always thought you strip your horse down after every ride and put it away. And that's just not the case out on the range where they rope and brand and work the range. They don't take these saddles off. The horses wear them all day. So it was a bit of a surprise to me when, after 4 hours of pretty hard riding, we were instructed to leave them in their, I call it go-go clothes, but they're tack, I mean, put them in their halter so they're safe, but it'd be 15, 16 horses in a row just standing there as we went to lunch for an hour. Then we'd come back, put the bridle back on, and go back out to work for another 3-4 hours. And this was day in, day out for 3 weeks. And again, the first year I did not realize the importance of tying those horses up, or that we were even training them during that idle time of them standing here. My second and third year, it really dawned on me, oh my goodness, how invaluable this is just to let them sit there and think about the lesson, think about the day. Don't immediately comfort them as soon as they come into the barn, especially if you've got one that, I mean, that's how you create a horse to hurry up and run home. I mean, could you blame a horse for hurry up and run home if as soon as they get here, they get their little bowl of oats and they get a good rub down and get all that tack off of them? Yeah, of course they're going to run back. I know I would. So this 100% undoes the whole run back to the barn attitude. This is my reflective vest because it's hunting season and I'm not fond of the idea of getting shot. So anyway, you know, tip for those of you who may be struggling with a jigging horse on the way back, you know, try tying them up for an hour while you go to lunch. And watch their attitude. You know, she's swatting at flies. There's I think a little bee or something on it. And that's fine. But, you know, the pawing, I'm talking about pawing. I'm talking about pulling back and tail swishing and just general grumpiness. If they're like that when you tie them up, then leave them there until that goes away. What you got on you? Flies? What you got on you?